As the Dean of Seattle University School of Law, I offer our May 2020 graduates my belated but absolutely heartfelt congratulations on your graduation from our law school. I so regret that we have not been able to give you the graduation ceremony you earned and so richly deserve, but we need to prioritize public health and safety during this pandemic. I want to emphasize that the lack of a physical ceremony does not diminish one bit your accomplishments. And as a matter of fact, you have achieved more than any of our graduating classes that came before you because you persisted in your law studies through unprecedented disruption and upheaval, not only because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also the murder of George Floyd and the racial reckoning that has followed. I've recently completed reading the book, The Great Influenza by John M. Barry, which tells the story of the 1918 influenza pandemic that killed up to 5% of the world's population. It was both a good reminder that we will, at some point, be on the other side of this public health crisis, but also a sobering reflection on how little progress we've made in this country and globally in learning how to manage crisis, particularly the government's role, and ensuring that the most vulnerable among us are cared for and not left behind. If we've learned anything through this pandemic and all that it has done to make people's lives and livelihoods more uncertain and contingent, the Black Lives Matter protests and the backlash and violence from law enforcement, the divisive political climate, the fires that have raged in our region due to climate change, it is that we need outstanding lawyers who are ready and willing to envision a better world and to demand that we take concrete steps to make it so. I genuinely believe that your contributions to the world and your professional successes as lawyers will be because of the lives you've led and the challenges you've faced and overcome, and not in spite of them. Resilience is earned. It comes from dealing with what life throws at you and how you respond. And I am so proud that you, the May 2020 graduates, have passed this most recent test, a test of life, with flying colors. I have heard some of your stories of what you've experienced over the past 6 months, and I am in awe of how you have managed and struggled and persisted, despite some overwhelming personal and professional obstacles. I hope you realize that while we, your Seattle U Law faculty, have imparted some important legal tools and knowledge to you in your time with us, so much of what you bring to the world as a lawyer flows from your experiences, the joys and the tragedies, the hopes, dreams, and fears, and from your earned resilience. I encourage you to own your own unique story and to use it as a source of strength and empowerment and confidence as you embrace your careers. You now have a new entry in your life story. You are an attorney, and that's true no matter what you do with your law degree. Some of you are practicing law in law firms, corporations, government, or as solo practitioners, while others of you are embarking on careers as politicians, lobbyists, directors of nonprofit organizations, business owners, legislators, teachers, and city council members. Regardless of how you use your law degree, you are a lawyer. The same is true for me. Being a faculty member or the dean of this law school is what I do, but in the story of my life, what I am is a lawyer. We desperately need you, good attorneys educated in the Jesuit tradition, who will bring your head, heart, and intellect to the table. Regardless of what career path you are pursuing and regardless of your political beliefs, you as lawyers have taken an oath and are charged with upholding and defending our Constitution and our laws. We have been given an extraordinary gift in this country by prior generations, a commitment to the rule of law, an independent federal judiciary, and a democratic form of government that, while imperfect and frequently and painfully unjust in its operation, is the very foundation upon which we are able to build our lives. We need to recognize that our best chance of achieving greater freedom and human dignity and human flourishing for all flows from a belief in and the practice of the rule of law. And we must remember just how fragile our democracy is, that it requires vigilance and protection lest we lose it and find ourselves in the throes of anarchy on the one hand or tyranny on the other. You, as lawyers, are the keepers and stewards of this flame and the next generation of powerful advocates for justice. And so I urge you, no matter where your law degree takes you in your career, to use your hard-won legal education to educate others that we need and must demand a government for the people that safeguards the common good, no matter who is our president, no matter which party controls Congress, and no matter who sits upon our United States Supreme Court. And implicit in that statement is my conviction that there is a common good out there, somewhere beyond the corrosive public discourse and political rhetoric that assaults us on a daily basis. And I hope that you will strive to serve it and to serve justice. Let me conclude my remarks by saying that I cannot imagine a world without you, our very own joy-filled, challenging, demanding, and passionate graduates in it. Please know that your law school faculty and staff were so impressed by your heart, intelligence, work ethic, commitment, and your desire to help others and to do good in the world, even during a time of crisis in your own lives. We are thrilled that out of all of the options out there, you chose to attend Seattle University School of Law. It is my greatest hope that in choosing us, you found what you were looking for, a vocation, a path that speaks to the deepest part of you. I hope we nurtured your humanity, that your legal education challenged you to push beyond what you thought you could do, that it transformed you and exposed you to points of view that you had never considered before, that it instilled in you an unwavering commitment to seek justice for those you serve, and that we helped you build not just a professional resume, but a resume for life. Please accept my sincere congratulations on what is a singular accomplishment, your graduation from Seattle University School of Law. I hope you will return to Sullivan Hall as soon as we are able to gather together again. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best and Godspeed.